I heard him shouting, let's stand for a right. Don't give up the fight. Just children unite and stand for your right. Let's stand for a right. Don't give up the fight. Just children unite and stand for your right. You're teaching me in French, but I'm an Englishman. Judging me in French, but I'm an Englishman. You can't speak English, I can't speak French. Yet you are leader on an English land. I don't know what the government is thinking about, but half of the story has never been told. You know education is better than gold. Before they killed him, I heard him say, let's stand for our right. Don't give up the fight. Just children unite and stand for your right. Let's stand for our right. Don't give up the fight. Just children unite, oh, and stand for your right. Oh. God bless, no man fake and hurt. Ooh, God bless, no man fake and hurt. So brother, sister, mama, papa, make we come together and do that keep in silence and you think that you're free. And when the rain falls, it fall on every house. And when the fire burn, it will burn on every house. So let's stand for a right. Don't give up the fight. Just children unite and stand for your right. Don't give up the fight. Don't give up the fight. Just children unite and stand for your right. Down the street with branches of trees, expressing our grievances. Everybody knows that green is for peace, calling our government to address our needs. Before we know it, them friends soldiers come. They try to stop us, they shoot us with guns. My brother ran, but he fell on the ground. The soldiers came on him, I heard him shouting, let's stand for a right. Give up the fight. Just children unite and stand for your right. Let's stand for a right. Don't give up the fight. Just children unite and stand for your right. You're teaching me in French, but I'm an Englishman. Judging me in French, but I'm an Englishman. You can't speak English, I can't speak French. Yet you are leader on an English land. I don't know what the government is thinking about, but half of the story has never been told. You know education is better than gold. Before they killed him, I heard him say, let's stand for our right. Don't give up the fight. Just children unite and stand for your right. Let's stand for our right. Don't give up the fight. Just children unite, oh, and stand for your right. God bless, no man fake and hurt. Ooh, God bless, no man fake and hurt. So brother, sister, mama, papa, make we come together and do that keep in silence and you think that you're free. And when the rain falls, it fall on every house. And when the fire burn, will burn on every house. So let's stand for a right. Don't give up the fight. That children unite and stand for your right. Don't give up the fight. Don't give up the fight. That children unite and stand for your right.
Hello and welcome to Vision for the Nation. I am MC Danny, your host. I'm very sorry for this late startup. We had some technical issues and glitches here and there, which we're trying to put together for the show. So please do bear with us. Once again, welcome to Vision for the Nation. Before I continue, I want to say sorry that I've not been on for a while. I've been on a project that has been taking so much of my time, and hope that things will be consistent as we move on. But anyway, before we continue, please, if you are on YouTube, if you are on Facebook, wherever you are, please share the link. Do share so that somebody can also be part of this show. Today's topic is a very interesting one. La Republique's Trojan horse. And there's quite some interesting things that we'll be discussing here. So please do share the link. I don't want to spend so much of your time begging you and asking you, please share. I want this number, I want that number. But I believe that you can do that even on your own, So yes, please do share the show. And if you are on Ground Zero, if you're in Ghana, if you're in Ivory Coast, wherever you are, where you're watching Vision for the Nation live here on ABC Amber TV via satellite, then please call somebody, text somebody, WhatsApp somebody to tell them that Vision for the Nation is live and they can tune in to watch. And like I say, for those online, please do share the link so that others can tune in. Today we have a very interesting show. I hope technically that I'll be able to get this across as well. There is something quite interesting that I came across, and I thought, hey, you know what? I think Ambazonians need to hear this. Now, before I continue, I want us to pray. Father in heaven, we commit this show into your hands. We pray that, Lord, you will take control and that you bless this show and bless your people. Lord, I pray that, God, indeed our freedom will be real and it wouldn't be long, in Jesus' name. Amen. Wow. It's so good to have you here. Just to say kudos to those who have been drafting in. I think a great message is going out there to say we are serious. We are not, being trodden down. We are not letting our guards down. We are on point and we are marching on. I remember last show, I had the topic was being on track, and I believe seriously we saw what the various counties has been doing. Momo was quite a shock, but really kudos to everyone that has been drafting. And obviously Diane was last week, which was so great to see what they did for the drafting, but Menchum is the next. And just to say that Lady Casey and the chairman of Menchum will be coming up tomorrow by 7 o'clock. They were supposed to come this evening, but it didn't work out. So please, tomorrow, around 6:30, between 6:30 7, I believe, 6:30 should be the time. They are coming live here on ABC Amber TV, just to, encourage us while we are doing this great job of drafting in. And then, the week after, which is, I think is next week, the 19th, will be the turn of Boyo County. So you don't want to also miss that. So kudos to all. I think there's a dynamic that is changing with this drafting. Things are changing. And the very interesting thing is that we have seen that, just a moment there, we've seen that La Republique has been constantly trying to play some games. They've been constantly trying to play some games. If you look throughout the drafting, every week there is something that has been coming up, something that has been coming up to create confusion, to bring people, just cause people to be in despair and bring up stories, cook up stories. All kinds of things have been happening. And obviously we know that that's a work of the enemy, because that is the kind of things that they do. But I have a message that I believe that, and I dare say that the Lord had given me, and that message is that Ambazonians, your enemies' days are numbered. Take note, Ambazonians, your enemies' days are numbered. So let them do whatever they want to do. We are steadfast to regain our total independence, and that shall we get. So do not be frightened. Do not swallow in distress and stress up yourself, or doubt that we are not going to have this independence. Now, I want to also make a point very clear out there that has been going out and creating confusion about a 10 days lockdown that has been going out. Now, there is no lockdown that the IG has pronounced. There is no, if you want to know any information, tune in here on ABC Amber TV on our Facebook, as well as on the government website. You are going to get the right information. So please, there's no lockdown out there as far as I know. And if I'm not mistaken, I know very well Secretary Chris also released an audio out there on that with regards to that, in that respect. So please do not be shaken. Like I say, be steadfast. You see, in this revolution, there's so many things that's happening almost on daily basis, every day. And La Republique doesn't stop killing our people. They are not stopping. They can try and deceive as if, as if they're calling for a ceasefire, whatever the case might be. They are not stopping. So until they are on that table of negotiation, we are going to continue to be steadfast, because everything they do is only games that they play. And obviously, the final thing is that they will have to sit on that negotiation table. So I won't be too long, and I expect, for people to make calls, to call in as well. So the time for calling in hasn't yet come. So do not call right now. If not, I won't pick up the call. So just be aware of that. And please, let's be civil as we call, as we encourage Ambazonians, as we make our voices heard. You want to call and give a word of encouragement. And also, as we go on the topic, you want to also give a contribution. So kudos to our ground zero fighters, those who are defending motherland. I want to say, a kudos to you. Thank you for sacrificing your life. On the flip side, I want to also say, please, La Republique is not sitting and waiting, or they are not playing. They are not playing panking. They are not joking. So, as a general, as a fighter, as a defender of the land, restoration fighter, please watch out for your back, because of recent they have been targeting our leaders, who are our defense leaders, if I should put it like that. And we have seen this across the social media and other things. So they are targeting you, the fighter. So do not think that they are not aware of the fact that you're fighting, or some of you, they might know even your location. So you want to be very strategic. And another thing I want to appeal onto you as well, the fighters, do not engage in illicit things that are illegal, things that are not right to be doing unto your own people, because that is not the calling, that is not what we are standing for as Ambazonians. So that was just a word to say, you know what, kudos unto you, but on the other side, mind your steps, know where you go, because La Republique is on just out there to see how they can finish our fighters. So please be aware, watch your back. Now, we have an interesting topic here. La Republique's Trojan horse. Now, if I should take you a bit on, history, what is a Trojan horse, or how does it come about? I'll just try to summarize the story a little bit from what I know and from what I've researched and I've read. And then I'm going to, after this, there's a message I came across that spells exactly what La Republique is trying to do through this technique. Now, the Trojan horse, what is it? What happened? Now, in, I don't know the exact year, but some time ago, the Greek were fighting against a city called Troy. And that city was a very, very strong, I mean, they had very, very strong walls. So the city was so strong, heavy walls, you could not penetrate through. And so for 10 years, according to the story, the people of the Greeks did everything they could to penetrate that city, and they could not get through. They tried all they could not get through. The city walls were so thick. The people were also very strong, obviously, but the city walls was their protection. So in other words, their city was their protection. So what did the Greeks do? They now decided that they will have to do something about it. So they came up with an idea to create a gift, a very massive gift that they were going to give unto these people, the Troy city. Now, I don't know what method they used. Maybe they used another people as if they were not the Greeks, whatever. However, but they presented this gift. It was a nice looking horse. I mean, you can imagine in those days that was well built and nice to see. And this horse was given to them. So unbeknown to the people of the city of Troy, they put in soldiers in that horse. It's a very massive horse. So it contained a number of soldiers. And here they were, the city of Troy, very excited, very happy, pulling this horse into their own city, right in the midst of their city. And they were jubilating, and and then what happened next? You can imagine at night, the soldiers came out and then opened the city gates, and their friends, their colleagues, I mean, all the other soldiers just came in, and there was a great massacre. So to make this more dramatic and bring it a bit to light, I want to show you a short clip that I came across. And it's quite interesting to see, to have a vivid idea of what exactly took place. So let me play this very short clip. Please stay back, watch. It's just about 3 minutes or so. So have a look now. Sorry about that. That's not the clip I wanted to play. Please, I beg your pardon for that. Okay, here's the clip.
What is this? An offering to Poseidon. The Greeks are praying for a safe return home.
I hope the sea god spits in their offering. Lets them all drown at the bottom of the sea.
This is a gift. We should take it to the temple of Poseidon.
I think we should burn it.
Burn it, my prince. It's a gift to the gods.
Father, burn it.
Oh, sorry about that. My voice went off for a while. I'm very sorry about that. Yeah, I was just saying that this particular incident, it's something that keeps happening time and again, even in our present time. Now, one of the clear case or very, should I say, perfect example has been recently where China, donated a very magnificent building to the African Union. And unbeknown to the African Union, they had bought the building. So they put microphones, I don't know microphone, but they were able to get emails and stuff like that coming from that building. And then one day, one of the staff noticed that, the mouse were moving and emails were being sent or something in the night. And then that's how the story came out. So you see, still the tactics of the Trojan horse, where you give a very nice gift, but beneath it, you have something else. So that's kind of just to give us an analogy of what was going on. So now, how does that apply to La République? What is it why did I choose this topic, and why am I calling it La République's Trojan horse? Now, obviously, we know so many cases where they've come to our people and try to, you can also look at it like a bribe. It has happened, sadly. Some of the fighters on ground zero have been offered money by La République. Some took it thinking that, oh, you know what, I'm just going to eat this money and then nothing will happen to them. And unbeknown to them, without them knowing, they planned them and they've killed them. And this story has been going on recently. I've heard even about one case like that. So that is a tactic that they've been using. But the reason why I'm coming is because of a particular audio I came across. And I think it's important that we listen to this audio. It's about 10 minutes, but it's important that Ambazonians are aware of what is being cooked up. And it has got to do with their recent, announcement about dual nationality. So let me not waste your time much. I want you to sit down, listen to this audio. I will be playing the movie on while the speaker is speaking. Hopefully, technically we get it right. But if not, I'll play the audio and then, just have the movie playing in the background so that you can see. So just give me a second there while we adjust this thing. So let me play the audio. Hopefully, like I say, hopefully it's going to be all right. So please have a look.
Fellow Ambazonians. Fellow Ambazonians.
Sorry about that. Sorry again. Just give me a second there. Okay, let's take a short break while we sort out some of these technical things, and I'll be right back with the audio.
Down the street with branches of trees, expressing our grievances. Everybody knows that green is for peace, calling our government to address our needs. Before we know it, them friends soldiers come. They try to stop us, they shoot us with guns. My brother and Betty fell on the ground. The soldiers came on him, I heard him shouting, let's stand for a ride. Give up the fight. Their children unite and stand for your right. Let's stand for a right. Don't give up the fight. Their children unite and stand for your right. You're teaching me in French, but I'm an Englishman. Judging me in French, but I'm an Englishman. You can't speak English, I can't speak French. Yet you are leader on an English land. I don't know what the government is thinking about, but half of the story has never been told. Education is better than gold. Before they killed him, I heard him say, Oh, and stand for your right. Oh, Uta bless, no man they can curse.
Fellow Ambazonians,
Okay.
the objective voice once more.
Okay, welcome back again. Sorry about that. We're just trying to cue in the audio of this comrade, and hopefully it's going to be all right now. So please listen as as the comrade expresses himself.
Fellow Ambazonians, the objective voice once more. There is something I wish to call for our attention
An offering to Poseidon.
urgently. The legal department of the People's Interim Government, headed by Barstander, a legal mind based in Belgium, should start studying or looking at what I am looking now. La République is already passing a law of dual nationality. If you read through the internet or their last parliamentary seat, just a day, maybe yesterday, they're already signing a law of dual nationality. And last time, I raised an alarm that we are already making some talks that if we are free, we'll be talking about dual nationality. We have to weigh them, weigh the advantages, weigh the disadvantages, and take that into consideration into constitution. This is the task of the legal department of an economy. So the legal minds, like those in the legal department of the interim government, should start assessing this. What is happening that La République has to come up at this moment to take the concept of dual nationality at heart? Do we know the implication? All the 8.59 million Ambazonians own La République national ID. So, if we get total freedom today and choose not to denounce it, it means we can still be La République citizens at the same time Ambazonians. It means there's actually no separation. That is an infiltration strategy that they are already bringing in. Remember, La République is being guided by France. When Dag Hammarskjöld and the United Nations stood up in after 1945 and said we don't want calamities in the world any longer, the cause of the Second World War was because of colonization. The cause of the First World War was also linked to colonization. And Hitler became very angry because German territory close to Denmark were taken over. Assa and Lawrence were taken over. His territories in Tanganyika, the southern part of Africa, Togoland, and Cameroon, the central part of Africa, which is Cameroon, were taken over. So that is what made Hitler to become like a madman. That we have gone to the forest to harvest. Everyone harvest is tutu timber. Along the way, they carry my own. They take my own and leave me empty. I have to fight back. So United Nations saw this and knew that if they don't take a step to decolonize everything in the world, there will never be peace. That is why in 1945, after the First World War, they started the concept of decolonization and giving independence. And Dag Hammarskjöld stood so firm and said, let people have their freedom. What happened? When they took that decision, as they are finishing, France had a meeting after meeting. Remember, I always talk about meeting after meeting. France developed a strategy after a strategy that, okay, they'll be given it, but I'll go to these independent nations. I'll be the one to appoint their presidents and force them to sign a secret agreements with me, which will still permit me to get there and still be harvesting on their land. So they think that they are smart to decolonize and make me not to have my foot in Africa and all the life. No problem. They will make their own. As they are finishing making their own, the world is going and covering their eyes and say that they have decolonized, they have hand independent, every problem is solved. I will have my own next strategy and I will make my own meeting after meeting and then I'll get on. That is where France remained in Africa. There was actually no independence for African nations because when the United Nations gave the independence, France went behind and developed a strategy after strategy and hold a meeting after meeting and come back now and now put a rope and tie the people of Africa, this former colonial territory, to herself through secret meetings. This is exactly what France is doing at this moment with this concept of what? Dual nationality. They have discovered that truly all the strategies to hold Amazonia into confederation, into federation or two-state federation, it seems not working. So let us play a strategy that we will indirectly be still part of them. And the concept of indirectly be still part of them is to sign a dual nationality now, so that the 8 million, the 9 million Amazonians that will be going, some of them, about 5 million, will not want to deport the identity of Cameroon. They will still want to hold it and be Cameroonians and still be Amazonians. And who will be infiltrating? We'll be infiltrating them. We'll be taking decisions in their parliament. We will be guiding the economy through these other 8 million that are part of us and part of them. So the legal minds of Amazonia should start thinking on which policy to take. We may accept dual nationality except for La Republic. You either choose to hold Amazonian nationality and forgo that of La Republic, or you choose to hold the one of La Republic and forgo that of Amazonia. Let La Republic and France government know that we are in the 21st century. Amazonians have studied and they have studied. Amazonians are extremely intelligent. What they did in the 60s and stole our independence and stole the independence of Africans and give them and keep practicing neocolonialism is not what will happen in this 21st century. We will not permit that. We will not permit that their free strategy that they are always using. When the people want to go, they still put a rope on their leg and tie. When they see that people want to go, they still find another rope and put and tie. France will not tie us. La Republic will not tie us. So the legal minds, Ambazonians, sit up very fast and see what they are trying to do. See what they are trying to do. That's why I call our attention and say that this concept of dual nationality is something that we have to check very well, because it is an infiltration strategy. We may permit it because our citizens are so many out there in the Europe, in the America, and in Asia. We can still permit that, but except for these people that want to infiltrate, except for La Republic. This is something La Republic will allow it. They want to play smart. Instead of something to bring it on the talk table, on the negotiation table, during the time that they are talking on the table, they can sit together with Ambazonian leader on the table and say, okay, since people are going, how can we do with citizenship? What do we do with citizenship? Can we permit it to at least give some 10 years for dual citizenship before we now say, okay, people should take over and go to their various side? Or can we cancel it and stay like for 10 years before we can permit dual nationality? Something that they could take to the table in Swiss and discuss it in Swiss. They want to play smart. They want to go faster so that before anything is coming to us, they have already taken that step and hold us hostage. So I'm talking to the legal minds of Ambazonia. I'm calling for Professor Ayman, all the people of Ambazonia, whether you are in which organ, that sit up and get it clearly that this concept of dual nationality that French government is already signing is also like neo-colonialism they are trying to implement. They are trying to be using it as a method to be infiltrating us in the future. They think we will think that we have a nation, but it is still their nation, because the people that are living in that nation are still their people, because they hold the identity of that people. That is the implication. Let us not sleep and watch these people carry us like what they did in the 60s. Thank you for Ambazonia. Share it. Let everybody, I don't care the organs in which you belong. If you are truly for the freedom of Ambazonia, get this very well. Except you are these black legs. But if you stand for the true fight for freedom of Ambazonia, take this into consideration and let our legal mind of IG I'm saying this specifically to IG. They should look at it very critically. Thank you, fellow Amazonians.
to Vision for the Nation.